hesitated on throwing it. Reggie White, the legend for Havok, gets in there and causes the sack.
Yeah, Havok, a vet in the Madden community. If those that are not familiar, more people might be familiar with MStach at this point, but Havok has been around the block for a while. Fully anticipate him have a scheme here for everything that MStach would throw at him.
So 3rd and 14, he's going to go to play action. He's got the PA post, and he's going to audible out of that, look to stick. He's trying to make some adjustments here. 3rd and 14, there's not a ton of plays in the playbook, but on your opening drive, you should have one dot backhand get you the separation that you need. Is it going to be a one-on-one chance? No, he's going to check down, and Sim's not likely to break that tackle.
I like the idea. I don't like this. Okay, so timeout Havok. I don't like that there from MStach. He's going to go for 4th and 12. You punt the ball away. This is, it's Madden. It's not Madden 25. It's not Madden 15. It's not Madden 13. You can't risk a
don't you just
interaction downfield.
Chuck an aggressive catch,
but it's nothing is as consistent as it once was in Madden. Let's see how it unfolds here. This is a big play. Early part of the game.
Could be cover 2 zone, and he would be. Nope, it's man. He does go one-on-one downfield to Jerry Rice, who the ball is tipped and broken up. So OP aggressive catch. Denard one-on-one downfield.
Listen, savvy defense right there from Havok. Great job by protecting against the corner. You saw Stack very first time in this game go with a vertical corner flat underneath concept. He felt good about it because he hasn't shown it all game, but the veteran move there on defense was protecting against what he knows he's weak against.
And if you're Stack, I really like that you got value in that matchup. You got Rice, his ratings going against Denard's man coverage ratings, which you do have the advantage in, but that doesn't mean that you automatically get a touchdown. Left stick cut to Chris Johnson to the right side.
Touchdown.
And he cribs an inside zone back to the right. That's the one caveat. MStach not going with the MStach inside zone D right there. Try to zone blitz.
Yeah, at the start of games, you see a lot of times that you want to be patient defensively or offensively. Right there, it looks like Stack tried to show his hand a little bit in terms of showing some zone pressure schemes, but then it cost him because his defense wasn't baselined, it wasn't balanced, and you saw the cutback lane, literally a crib shot.
Yes, Givens takes the kick after a big return on his first one. He gets out to the 23 Stack in the Kansas City Chiefs offensive playbook and defensive playbook. Doesn't have a halfback on that Jamal Charles level, is using Charles Sims and Jimmy Garoppolo. Does have some good receivers, took a shot to Jerry Rice on that last 4th and 12. Let's see how he uses motion here to get a guy free. Is he going to check down again to the halfback? No, he's going to go deep downfield. Doug Baldwin can't get it.
Keep it going here, Farles. I'm sending out the mass messaging.
So it's cover 2 from Havok right there. He's been doing a good job mixing in his coverages. He's also making good adjustments. I know RG probably is hopefully watching this and saying, I like that he called cover 3, but manned up, I believe, his defender. Looks like Stack's going to use his quick audible, some serious Mo action, how he likes to ping-pong from formation to formation, as long as a personnel match, and he picks up 1 yard.
Third and 9 in the spot here. Big possession here. It's to show that he is able to kind of take a big play and bounce back. He needs to get a first down. Watch for pressure off this left edge, though. You saw the move, the manual sliding off that left edge.
So 4 verticals here, very popular concept. Does indeed go in. Doug Baldwin can't hang on to the pass. Is in traffic right there. An accurate throw from Jimmy Garoppolo, but unfortunately not one Doug Baldwin can hang on to.
All right, Farrell. So this is the problem right here. So now you see he punts in this situation. We saw in the first drive he felt confident, and then he went for it on 4th down. It ended up not working out for him, and now he's in a tough situation. He ends up punting. It's kind of like you stick to your guns or you don't. And right here he's going kind of back and forth between what he's doing.
He was up more towards midfield. I did think it was really aggressive to go for it. I like the one-on-one opportunity that he took, but you can't take that on 4th down. You can only really take a one-on-one opportunity downfield on 3rd down because you need it. I don't know.
He had his matchup with Rice.
He did, but on 4th down, that's not the matchup you want.
You're rolling the dice at that point. And
if he had caught it,
right.
We'd be saying different things.
Mm-hmm.
I like the value he got there. Here now he is trying to set up inside zone D, but it's not inside zone because it is from the pistol. Edge is locked down, though, by... that's Chris Johnson, one of the deadliest running backs in all of Ultimate Team. Good job there.
Absolutely love what I saw Stack do there defensively. Instead of clicking on and worrying about getting out stuck with a manual move from the offensive running back. He decided to let the computer play that play, and it paid dividends and gets a 2-yard loss.
Yes, and I also like that he wasn't stubborn. All right, let's see what happens here on 2nd and 12. He does run corner strike underneath 59, if that would have been a big play. But Stack right there, he got beat on the first play of the game on an inside zone. He has inside zone D. He then went to the formation for his inside zone D. He set it up, but then he looked and said it's pistol. Just because I got beat by inside zone doesn't mean I'm going to just call this defense because that's what I think is coming. He said, there's no inside zone from pistol that's worthy of my setup. I'm going to adjust. And he did get it just in time to stop the strong power. 3rd and 8. Needs a defensive stop with Havok scoring on his first drive of the game. MStach down 7-0 in the Packers uniforms. And that's just a great little route concept. Tight end corner. That's why Sale. That looks like gun doubles to me, Gibbs. What do you think?
One too few defenders off that left edge. He was patrolling the flat and the buzz zone area. He was trying to dial up pressure off the left edge. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like his pressure is getting in. So whether it's pass protection from Havok here, but Stack's blitzing defense is not getting in right now. I'd like to see him check down and be more conservative. Show your opponent that you're going to play man-to-man. Make your opponent beat your man-to-man defense, and then come down to your zone blitzing schemes.
All right, he goes under center. Not something you see too much. It almost looks like single back bunch base. The corner route again causing trouble for Stack there. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie makes the tackle, but not after a big game. Romo starting off nice, 3 for 3.
Yeah, again, when you're playing some type of blitzing scheme, you tend to leave that area of the field open. That time you saw using cover 4 style defense, played underneath coverage, didn't protect over the top behind those flats. So right now Havok picking apart MStach's defense.
And he'll adapt and make adjustments. He just can't fall too far behind because, unfortunately, he does get the ball at half.
Good heat.
Does, and Stack's close on some plays right there. There he goes to the 4-drop QB contain. He hasn't rolled out of the pocket yet with Romo, but you do always want to keep an eye on a guy like Tony Romo, who does have a little bit of speed here and there.
Romo's got the mobility that you have to worry about, where if you don't quarterback spy, he can burn you for a 10, 15-yard gain. So, kudos to Stack for dialing up a blitz there through the A-gap to get the big...
Ooh, and there it is.
Crib shot.
Crib shot for Thomas. Looks
Let's
like
go.
Underneath. I thought flat zones didn't work, but that looked pretty legit right there. Stack coming up with the defensive turnover that he needs to make a play.
Charlie?
And Charlie is excited for Stack. That's a large play. What happened on that play?
He just had a good zone blitz drawn up on the field there. He had the flat defender in place. I think he's doing a good job of playing underneath coverage, and you saw it there. We talked about it many times before. If you play underneath coverage and you have a flat zone on the field, that flat has the high chance to jump that route, and that's exactly what we saw there. So great defense right there from MStach. We're able to get that huge pick 6 there to turn this game back into a matchup.
All right, so Charlie's going to exit the room. Looking good, though. Big dime 146. Stack comes back out in it. And I think if you are Havok, you go back to the inside zone. You start to run some inside zones because that's what's worked for you so far.
Right.
And you want to stay comfortable in that.
Yeah, I do like that he's playing some man-to-man coverage now. Again, man-to-man is very difficult to beat. You have to have specific routes, and you have to have specific players with specific route running ratings in order to beat that man-to-man coverage. It's a very safe defense to play. I think people in this tournament, especially at this level, this advanced in the tournament, they're going to have plays and ways to beat man-to-man, but make your opponent work. Show me you can beat it.
Make him prove it, too. Here he's kind of giving him that left cutback lane that worked earlier, but he's on the safety, which means he can then get up and slow it down. So he does have the inside zone D slow down to the right. That would force the halfback out to the left.
No quarterback spy here, but good pressure off the edge.
And almost an interception right there. Guys, quick shout out in the chat. Everyone's out, especially a guy like Nuge TV. I know he's more of an NHL guy, I believe, but awesome to see him support Hold Fast Hope, MStach, that whole crew, and stopping by. Give that channel a follow. 2nd and 10, Stack goes back to the big dime and sets up that inside zone D. Let's see, he's got to follow the guy across manually as he motions. Looks like it could be Sean McCoy, and that's the inside zone D. That's been in the brain trust. That is good stuff right there.
Yeah, 3rd and 13. I want to see him dial up that same blitz he had before earlier in the game from that man-to-man big dime style. He was able to drop a buzz zone directly from where the opposite side of the pressure is coming from. He almost got the big pick. 3rd and 13. Huge play for Stack right now with momentum on his side.
He's got back in this game on the defensive side of the ball. This is a time for Havok to show that he's got offense to go along with that defense. He hit that big play. Can he get another one and pick up a first down on
Passive
3rd and
rush.
13? He had the crosser, but
Release
Stack
him.
did a good job. User releases the spy, goes downfield, double coverage, and drops the rock. So Tony Romo, after starting out 3 for 3, now just 3 for 7. What adjustments caused those from Stack?
Well, he got aggressive and he changed up his defensive scheme. He stopped playing as much zone and started playing more man-to-man. I liked on that last possession, he showed press, he showed a man-to-man look, but he dropped back into a soft cover 4 zone. It might have caused some confusion. He also did a great job. Go.
Gets
give
to
it to
the
me.
edge.
Talk to me.
Double juke.
Little juke.
Oh, wow.
He went
had
opposite of double juke.
He had another 30 yards right there because Sherman on that dive tackle a little early. That's a little, maybe Havok showing a little signs of stress right there.
Guys, in the chat, let us know. Type hashtag MStach or hashtag Havok. Who are you supporting in this matchup? We want to know in the Madden Tips community.
And
who
remember,
you
it's all cool. If you're a Havok guy, you're totally welcome.
Oh, yeah,
there.
absolutely.
Totally cool to hang out. If you're a Stack guy, totally welcome. Totally cool to hang out. I see Cinema Kid. I see all those guys. So as long as you respect for the other players, we're seeing great Madden right here, great adjustments, and it's 7-7 after a tight first quarter. He has underneath route, checks to Sims, who gets a block and goes out of bounds. Not until he gets to the 40-yard line, though.
So, love what he's doing by giving himself underneath bailout options. He's being aggressive by running some deep vertical patterns with posts and verticals downfield, down the sidelines, but he's also giving himself some nice underneath crossing patterns to his halfback and receivers, which is giving him some big yak yards in return.
Cool, let's go. Sims up the middle, gets a block, spins back. Just that extra burst of Sims wasn't there. He's obviously not a player that Stack drafted. You know, if that's maybe either you have Christian Michael or maybe you grabbed a Lamar Miller, you think that's a crib?
I mean, maybe. I mean, he did get some extra yak yards on that spin move, so he's probably going to check into inside zone here. But no, he's going PA post.
2nd and 1, picks up the pressure, has time, gets a block shed, though, goes downfield one-on-one and overthrows. That's where Garoppolo will haunt you. We talked about that earlier on the Muckcast, which is up right now on iTunes and the EA YouTube. Phew.
Guys, we are seeing high-level Madden right now from MStach. On that route combination, that's a route combination I haven't seen all season long. Did a great job. He almost had the touchdown, but inside zone here for the first down.
Nice play right there. Gun bunch weak. That's his bread and butter formation. He said when he got the Chiefs, he felt pretty comfortable. We have he tweeted out his roster, guys, so if you want to go check that out, look up at Real MStach42, LOL. That is his Twitter. And he tweeted pictures of his offensive and defensive lineup for us to see. Looks like Jerry Rice, Antonio Brown, and Doug Baldwin were big selections along with Jason Peters on offense. He obviously drafted DRC. On defense, Garoppolo gets the fake off. Antonio Brown catches it, tries to cut it back to the middle, but can't pick up more than a handful.
So we're seeing right now MStach is checking down to play action blocking, keeping his halfback in. Right there he ran 2 underneath drag patterns with 2 verticals downfield. He's very aggressive with how he wants to attack defenses downfield with all these posts. Absolutely love seeing the route combinations that MStach is using right now.
Yeah, I mean, you have Jerry Rice. I'd argue he is the second best since Vincent Jackson came out downfield catcher in the entire game. He can actually do everything as well, where Jackson doesn't have the route running. Jerry Rice, this item in Ultimate Team and in Draft Champions is finally the premier Jerry Rice item. Height at receiver, not as large of a factor in Madden 16, so therefore Jerry Rice also getting 94 speed makes him one of the best because he has that route running and release to go along with the spec and catching traffic, but the height and the speed aren't hurting him like they have in years past. This is a great Jerry Rice. Runs commits.
Beautiful.
Jerry Rice possession catches.
Again, MStach is pulling out all the stops right now. I love that route combination he did right there. He had vertical in the slot, he just curl in the seam, and then he used a quick out route to beat whether that was a zone blitz, man blitz, that out route would have won against no matter the coverage that Havok thrown at him there.
All right, he goes to fade smash as the outside curl checks underneath to Jerry Rice, breaks a tackle, and that's too easy for the GOAT. We have the GOAT streaming games problem. We got the GOAT in this game, Jerry Rice, and that's what's happening here. 14-7 Stack. After he went down 7-0, and then had to punt. Fought back. The key right here, though, is going to be, guys, 2 minutes left in the half. Havok, if you're Havok, what you're thinking is, I score with no time. I get the ball after half, I score. Next time MStach touches this ball, next time the Packers get their hands on this rock, they're down 21-14. That's, if you're a tournament player, if you're the New England Patriots in real life, these next 2 drives for Havok are the most important things to ever happen to you. Chris Johnson locked up on first down.
Yeah, but he fought back. He the early turnover, early turnover on downs, 4th and 13, he goes for it, doesn't get it, but he's showing some resiliency here that even though things didn't go well from the start of the game, that he has the ability, has the scheme, has the stick skill to get back and get a lead, not only fight back to make it a ball game, but...
Ooh. Brandon Graham, I believe that's who he drafted on defense right there with a big hit over the middle of the field.
3rd and 3. He has an opportunity to get a stop here and get the ball back to try to put some points up before the end of the half.
Yeah, if you're stuck, I don't know if you take your timeout yet. Some players might if they knew they had this 3rd and 3 locked, but I think if you're Havok in the situation, you're going. Let's see what he does here. 3rd and 3, route across the middle. Oh, and almost an interception. He had the route, but Tony Romo... just 1 for his last 6.
4th and 3. This is a dangerous spot for Havok.
You're giving up 3 points. You're giving away 3 free points if you don't get this.
I mean, you can't. I don't think you can go for it here. I just think you got to punt it away.
This is tournament life. Does he dare run inside zone? If you're stacked, it looks like you're going to try and use her on that.
I don't think you run inside zone against this because I don't think you get to the edge very well. Watch for a curl in the slot.
4th and 3. Here it is.
Overthrew him.
Overthrow.
And Stack looking good right now.
If you're Stack and you kneel 3 times and kick a field goal,
I don't think you do that.
How good do you feel about your chances?
You don't do that.
17-7?
I think you play very conservative here. This is the difference, let's talk about this, guys, between playing at home in a regular head-to-head season SMUT game or draft champions game and playing in the Madden Challenge. There is a lot on the line for MStach right now. He is trying to become...
He's 2 games from Burbank, California.
He's trying to cement himself as one of the best players on the planet. While you want to be aggressive here, you have to try and also be smart. Get in a spot where you feel confident you're going to get a field goal. You can't turn over. You can't have a sack. And right there.
Had the flat, unable to get the ball out in time. That's the SS-3. It's a tough defense. Also one of the battleships the U.S. used against the Axis powers.
Yeah,
the SS-3.
Yeah, is that true?
No, it's false.
But the way everyone talks about it, you'd think that it was, right?
The SS-3.
Yes.
The USS Constitution, the SS-3.
You're in field goal range. You can't take a sack here.
2nd and 10.
Can't take a sack here.
Ew, off his back foot. But Croft takes a licking but keeps on ticking. He gets up to the 28-yard line. You're hitting Havok with a serious case of the TikTok right now.
Now you are. I think now you run accelerated clock, and I think you concede here and you run the ball. I think you run the ball and just get out of here with a field goal and go up 10.
3rd and 5. Let's see if that blitz that the community likes to run is indeed vulnerable to the flat. Will Stack take it, or will Havok adjust, or what will happen here on this 3rd and 5? Huge play to end the half in this Madden Challenge matchup. Goes one-on-one downfield, Jerry Rice, and that's so Jerry Rice dropped a 4th and 10 one-on-one against Dennard. Right there, he goes up, makes the catch in traffic. Gibbs, Jerry Rice is not a playmaker.
He's a legend.
He's a legend. Jerry Rice has graduated from Odell Beckham, I'm a playmaker status, to I've won multiple Super Bowls. I'm in the Hall of Fame. I'm Jerry Rice. I am a legend. I am not just a playmaker. I do everything.
I mean, and we talk about playmakers. We talk about legends. You have legends in this tournament. You have Eric Problem Rights. You have guys like Ha Shugs. But then you have an opportunity, if you're MStach, if you're these new up-and-coming guys, you have a chance to enter into that scene if you're able to make it to the live finals, if you're able to get to Burbank, if you're able to advance there and turn into a Madden Challenge finals at the Super Bowl. So MStach, a lot of riding on here. He gets aggressive, and I love, he went against the grain there.
So
goes to 14.
Some potential. We saw him go to this defense against Rose Bowl the other day. Let's see what he does here. He can't get beat deep. There's obviously 12 seconds left in the half. Checks down underneath. Doesn't probably want to give up 3, but doesn't look like that might be the case. Remember, in draft champs, your kicker's a little underpowered generally. So you're going to have to get to, I'd say, the 30 to really feel confident that you can hit a field goal. Well, normally, if you've got Team of the Week McManus, which everyone should have in Mutt, you only need to get to like the 40.
As this play unfolds here, I want to go back to that touchdown play. Stack was facing what he thought was going to be cover scrape 3, right? He set up his offense to have a play to the flat that was going to help him win. And Romo's going to run out in no time.
Oh, my.
So he had a play set up that he anticipated scrape 3. He had a flat he was going to check down to for the first down. His opponent knew that, played cover 2, and gave him the one-on-one matchup deep vertically. Stack was composed in the pocket, didn't throw to the flat, checked down to his deep pattern, got the one-on-one matchup to Jerry Rice that he needed.
Guys, if you guys have thoughts on this game, we'll read them and use the hashtag Madden Challenge on Twitter. We'll go on after the game if you guys want to join in the conversation with Gibbs and I here. That was a great first half. It was a Jekyll and Hyde first quarter for both players, with Havok doing a good job in the first half and Stack first quarter, and then second quarter belonged to MStach. Inside zone defense coming up, and
Oh God.
Great stick by Havok. Oh,
wow.
Awesome stick
by
Havok.
That's right back in the game.
Really nice. Stays committed to the ground game. That's something that we've seen these tournament players, guys, be able to commit to when you have flashback Chris Johnson. That's what you do. If you're Stack right there, you're disappointed because you did shoot your defender free with your inside zone defense, but that's a great spin move, and that was a great juke to turn a 20-yard gain into a crib shot.
Listen, the difference between Madden 16 and games past, right? You would have your setups and you'd have everything in place, and it would work the vast majority of the time. Now you have your inside zone defense set up, you feel confident, you feel great, but the game has these tools now that allow you to kind of win those one-on-one matchups, and I think that's what makes this so compelling. Havok won that matchup because he outstuck MStach.
Yeah, and I think Stack made a mistake right there. He dropped his defensive end, Sheldon Richardson, I think it is, on the left side of the screen, into a flat zone, and I think that didn't allow him to have appropriate amount of reinforcements in coverage. He gets the time, gets the pressure, goes downfield.
Oh.
And if that's a rack catch, guys, you have 3 catch types in Madden 16 this year. You've got a rack catch, an aggressive catch, and a conservative catch, which you use on the sideline. Right there, if he holds X on Xbox, racks that catch, square on PS4, touchdown. Instead,
to Jimmy Garoppolo?
Could be part of the throw, could be part of the receiver's traits, but instead he had to go with the aggressive catch, cause him to fall down after and not get any yak yards. That's called the Brandon Lloyd special. I catch every pass laying down on the ground for some reason, and I never pick up any yards after the catch. Remember Brandon Lloyd when he was with the Pats?
You always take shots at the Patriots.
No,
Brandon
Lloyd's a Bronco. He was on Washington.
Somehow the other day you brought up David Tyree for no reason, just because you always want to take shots at the Patriots.
David Tyree makes plays. All right, here we go. Gets him over midfield, but that's the difference. You'd probably, if he was able to rack that's a TD. But instead, it's still a huge gain. He checks down underneath. He goes under center, has the drag. Good user, though, by Havok. And that seam, though, is wide open. And that's the rack to Baldwin that you need. We've seen Stack with big plays. We've seen a lot of big plays in draft champions, too.
MStach I'm really impressed with his playbook knowledge and him from going from formation to formation. That's the first time we've seen single back wide trips. He goes to single back wide trips, 4 verticals. I absolutely love the underneath drag pattern he ran there. You saw Havok's user defender drop to the angle post over the middle of the field, and then he had to come back and check down to the drag.
This is similar. We'll talk about it in a second here. On 1st and 10, we'll see what he does. He's going to go with the quick hitch.
Pro tip, guys, right there. If you're facing man-to-man, a quick hitch, smart routed, it's become an unbumpable pattern, and you see Havok goes to there. Good route concept there.
And so
good game
when you
knowledge.
see Stack bring in the safety on the right side of the screen right here, the reason he does that, and I do the same thing, is because if people are, he's got a dot, and a rack, and a nice pass lead. If people are using that left stick cutback lane, bringing the safety up in the box can help deter them from wanting to cut back.
Right.
You're bottling up everything to. Right.
There's inside zone. Good recognition. Good recognition.
Oh wow! So you're bottling up the right side so they can't break it out wide, but you do tend to, because you move that linebacker, give up the left side, but then you bring the safety down. It slows it down a little bit. You get that extra defender in the box.
Yeah, I like seeing Havok again here. Havok, that's tough to rebound from. There's the cutback lane. He has to get out wide. Great little defense right there. by Stack, but I like seeing it from Havok right now. He's not backing down. It's really difficult to feel like you get back into a game twice because you have a long run. And he had that long touchdown run. He got back down 7. He's not able to get a stop. Actually, MStach comes down and gets big yards and big chunks. But he's fighting right now, 3rd and 6. Huge pivotal moment here.
Looks like he's going to try and set the pressure up to the right. There's trips to the pressure to the left, trips to the right underneath, and Stack's got him locked down.
Good
Romo,
heat.
7 for 14 here. 4th and 6, no doubt that Havok's going to go for this.
Good heat right there from MStach. Pressure off that left edge.
All right.
4th and 6.
4th and 6. This is a large play. Let's see how it unfolds. We got Havok in the Washington uniforms. Stack with the pack. Sends out Chris Johnson. Flashback to the left.
He's going to man him up.
96 speed. What will he do?
Nope, he's using him. He's testing him deep.
Stack.
No spy.
No spy. Heard him. And we get a scramble with Romo, who we talked about earlier. Always a weapon. 2 carries, 22 yards, and a huge first down for Havok.
Yeah, and listen, we talked about it early in the game. Tony Romo, he's not going to win you a game with his legs, but he has enough speed that if you don't quarterback spy, he's going to hurt you. So MStach chooses not to run quarterback spy in that play, and it allows Havok to get the first down.
And he's not overly scrambling. Stack knows the concept of the send the spy, which is a great addition to the game by the gameplay team. Shout out to those guys at EA Sports. Huge addition, along with all of the quick adjustments you can make this year that really take this gameplay to a next level. We are seeing very, very high-level Madden today. All the players in the Madden Challenge know all the controls, all the adjustments, and that is what is going to separate them as to whether or not they can get in.
Remind me, what are these guys playing for right now?
$50,000 prize pool. Let's see. And a trip to
Can't take a delay a game here.
M-Bowl.
Ugh. Tough. Is the moment too big? Is that the question? What happened there? It's happened to you before. What's happened there?
Sometimes, if you're in a different playbook, like you think you get used to, it's a long. You go to look for a play and you're like, it's not in this one. And then you're like, I'm in this playbook. I didn't have it set up how I wanted it. Makes it a 3rd and 1. And you just kind of get lost in your playbooks and you're like, oh my gosh, there's a play clock. Mm-hmm. Pick something and then it's too late.
For example, that would have been a first down. You got to think he goes
1.
Inside zone here.
Yeah, I don't know if
cut back lane. Nope. Flats open. Big hit.
DRC, broken tackle. Theo Riddick squeaks down to the 6-yard line. But this is where the problem movement says, greed is good. You can get a takeaway in the red zone. Unfortunately, he does not. 28-21. Great work by Havok there to take the flat. Guys, those flat passes in this game, we saw him throw a pick on one, but we've also seen him rack up yards. Players that run those blitzes, those scrapes, anytime you see that, unless they're making great adjustments, the flats are open. And you've got to use those table routes that we talk all the time on this channel about to really force your opponent out of those pressures.
I really think that Stack got caught in a defense that Havok liked there. You saw him go to a no huddle. We've seen a little bit of that in the beginning part of this game, but Havok immediately kept going down to that no huddle. So we'll see if MStach goes back to that nickel double A gap on his next drive.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting move, and we'll see how he chooses to play that. Here he motions out Sims, who's not as big of a threat, but he will be able to run this drag right here. Is he going to check down? He did. Probably a good thing he didn't get the pass off. Jimmy Garoppolo having a day, 11 for 17 with 3 TDs, has had 1 overthrow, but otherwise really working out for Stack. You see those 3 receivers to the left, that's the cream of the crop. Jerry Rice, Doug Baldwin, and Antonio Brown. Doesn't have a tight end, halfback, or quarterback, but those receivers cause him problems, especially with the route combos. He's running in this Kansas City playbook. 2nd and 10, inside zone handoff. The safeties bit down nicely on that for Havok, and SS grade 3 one more time.
Really like the patience there from MStach. He did a lot of fake audibling, did a lot of chewing the clock there, and then went to an inside zone safe, get to a 3rd and manageable.
When I tell you the exact situation in the Rose Bowl game, it might be, couldn't be any different. Like the clock, the score.
Maybe the teams are different.
That's the situation, it
Love the hot route on the left edge.
Position.
First down.
Pressure.
Nope.
Great.
He doesn't possession. He racked it.
Did you see the pressure came from the left side screen there? Different blitz setup. You can slide against all these blitzes and pick them up. However, sometimes you need to slide left, sometimes you need to slide right. Havok, not only sending it from the right, sending it from the left. Stack knows how to pick up every pressure. He knows to use play action. He knows all the different ways you can pick up these blitzes. But Havok doing a good job changing up his looks.
Yeah.
Right there, snuck one in.
In the chat, Shugs is questioning, which I think I agree with, is that a lack of throw power from Jimmy G that forced that to be a rack catch rather than a possession catch? Because it was wide open. Good route there from MStach to get the first down, but again, he ends up not getting what he needs there.
All right, he blocks Chris Johnson, delayed route. He goes down the field one-on-one, and the ball's popped out, but his defender, the safety who would make that interception, gets knocked into. And a nice shot by Havok there, taking a shot downfield. 28-21, fourth quarter starts. Now, I would say it was a different approach right there from Stack. Against Rose Bowl, he just ran 3 fullback dives when he was up a score and then punted. Here, he did try and pass at least.
He had the right route.
Yeah.
He had the right route. It just
okay.
Passed
Let's
a little
see.
way.
Now, does he send a spy? He does. He sends 2 spies, and the pass is still completed. They're going to make it a 3rd and 1. What happened was Rose scored, made it 28-28. Stack hit a big play, 35-28, and then it was Rose's final drive to win. So we'll see how this plays out right here. Can he tie the game? He's got a 3rd and 1 to move the chains at midfield for Havok. I form.
He's got fullback dive D set up.
Could it be a toss?
It's definitely fullback dive.
Toss could hurt him.
Oh, inside halfback blast, halfback power out. Good D.
Up, Cage. Chris
Good
Johnson,
D.
known for his speed, not known for his truck. Can't pick up the short yardage. 4th and 1 at midfield.
Could be your ball
definitely
game.
go for this.
This could be your ball game.
It's too early, I think.
If Sack gets to stop here, it could be the ball game.
All right, let's see. He's going to wait. So what he did right there was wait to see if he was coming out, a potential fullback dive player, if it's going to look like it's an inside zone. This would tend to me think more inside zone, and it's what it does look like. He could call.
Screen?
Wow.
No way.
Blocked.
Wow. The stones on that guy to run a screen on 4th and 1. I like it.
Diabolical.
But the problem is you don't give yourself another bailout option underneath, and it was locked. It was caged.
Yeah, the biggest problem with screens is
Can't hot route.
Is if as RG calls it, the rat. If the D tackle sniffs that out, you're stuck. And even though that was a well-timed play and Stack didn't use it initially right off the bat because he wasn't quite ready for it, it still relies on
That fake out, the play recognition of the D tackle.
no, and just like your lineman actually blocking for you.
Right.
Like he had three guys out there, but it was a little muddy for him.
As Coster would say right there, that was a diabolical play call. That was
a
just
tremendous
that's
play
just,
call.
It's a tremendous play call. I'm not sure if it's a tremendous play call for Madden, in my opinion. I don't think you can't go 4th and 1 screen. Can't do it.
I would not have guessed that in
Correct.
100 plays.
Correct.
Aiden's wide open, but he
Big
doesn't
hit.
get the
Good
possession
D.
catching, and that's 21 right there, making a big hit.
So 3rd and 2, Havok not backing down here. He's still in this game. Another big stop here, and he could get the ball back.
Let's see if he goes. I mean, he doesn't go with a fullback dive. Let's see what he does. If he came out an inside zone, he can call it. But if not, the mid draw is the quick audible in this formation, so that would be bad for Stack. That's not a great run. The inside zone would be the run you want on 3rd and 2. It is going to be a pass though. Let's see how it goes. Dot, but not a dot.
It really, really looked like Havok got really aggressive there. He had a flat on the right edge, and it looked like he took his safety and manned him up on that right slot. I am not sure if that is a read that he saw earlier in the game, but that was an aggressive play call there by bringing his safety up on that right slot receiver on that short curl.
Looks like Stack's going to punt. This is a situation I would consider going for it, but it's totally up to Stack. He's at the 44-yard line. He is going to be able to pin him probably within the 5-yard line. Did he hit his controller a little to the right there?
What are we looking like here?
6-yard line.
Good punt.
That's a good punt. If you're Stack,
You feel like you could get a stop with your opponent needing to go 94 yards.
you would feel that way, but he's given up 2 big plays, and there's a lot of time. The good news is if you do give up a drive, you're going to probably get the ball back with a chance to get a field goal.
Right.
So I would have gone for it there. The reason I would have gone for it there is because I would have not called a pass on 3rd and 2. I would have ran on 3rd and 2. If I knew I was going to go for it on 4th down. If I thought I was not going to go for it on 4th down, then I would have probably passed. Tony Romo got to scramble but take a hit as he gets out to the 10-yard line. Tony Romo, 4 carries, 27 yards. Stack having to mix up that ability to contain and to spy. We'll see how he handles that.
All right, 2nd and 7. Ball on the 9.
J-Man Marcus with the follow. Thank you, man.
Good user on that curl.
Throws the ball away.
So right there, you saw Stack. He stuck on the halfback curl there. He was forced to because he did not have a man-to-man defender on the halfback because he set up for inside zone D. He also had a quarterback spy in the field to protect against a Tony Romo rollout and run. Stack probably wanted to use one of those verticals downfield, but he had to stick on that halfback. Great user play there by MStach.
All right, he fans out the zones here. Looks like cover 4. 3rd and 7, and that is an open route. You only get the 1 hook zone in cover 4 as you had the 2 purples. If that's a 3 hook cover 4, you're probably a little better off. But nice patience underneath. No pressure came in, and first down for Havok. Moves the chains. 2 minutes, 43 seconds left. Shout out to It's Spanky Ham for the follow on the channel. Appreciate it.
Mom spaghetti time, boys and girls. Mom spaghetti time.
These are the challenge moments you dream about. He's dropping that guy into it's a linebacker. And I said Sheldon Richardson earlier, but it is a linebacker. He's got him in the spy. Ooh, the curl, or the hitch.
The quick hitch. It's tough. But you saw on the left side of the field there, Stack actually had a hook on the left side. It seems like he was anticipating the hitch on the left side of the field. Havok checks to the hitch on the right side of the field. So they're playing a cat and mouse game right now.
Indeed they are, and indeed it just takes one adjustment to win a game, and you're okay giving up that hitch. I know people maybe watch and think like, man, he keeps giving up that hitch. When's he going to take it away?
Okay.
And if you know what the problems do, they give you something early, and then they take it away late. So we'll see if he chooses to then take it away later in the day.
I like what Havok is doing there. He runs the clock down to the 2-minute warning. He's thinking that he's ending this game with the rock in his hand. Not necessarily meaning he's going to go for 2, but score, tie, give the ball back with 4 seconds left or something. He doesn't want to give MStach a chance to get the ball back if he does indeed tie this game.
True. Let's see how this happens. The pressure finally gets there. No playmaker from Havok. That's something that you see at the tournament level. A lot of guys playmaker, and especially with a quarterback like Romo. That might have given him a second window on one of those route options during that play. But you saw that pressure get in from the right side of the screen, and it forced him to roll. That's something that we see very, very common at this level of Madden.
A lot of man-to-man coverage right now for MStach. Love seeing that. Safe conservatives. Your opponent's got to drive down the field 96 yards because he started on the 6 or the 4.
Ooh, throws the corner route, hit it early, and Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie matched up against Kellen Davis. That's a matchup if you're Stack. You want to win. You spend a pick on DRC, who's excellent in man coverage. And Kellen Davis probably not the highest route runner, so that's something you want to see go in your favor.
Good lurk.
Is he going to send
Release
it?
the hounds.
He is going to release. No, he's not going to release. Now Tony Romo able to roll. Now he's not able to roll. I thought he fumbled. Wow. That was intense. That was a game of chicken between Romo and the quarterback spy.
And Romo
Stack
lost.
At any point could have clicked that right stick to send the spy, but he chose to wait, and Romo couldn't escape the pocket.
So I don't like that Stack set up inside zone D right there. He's got to know that the inside zone from that formation is not coming. Halfback counter potentially, but don't have to worry necessarily about the inside zone from that setup. And he's going to give up that flat to the right there. But 3rd and 6.
28-21. This is the hashtag Madden Challenge. If you guys are watching this, let us know on Twitter. We're watching the games with you. If you use hashtag Madden Challenge, we'll chat with you guys after the game about what we're watching here. 4th quarter, minute 21 left. 3rd and 6. Havok with the ball down 7 at midfield.
Man, Havok battling back.
Fighting hard. Tony Romo looking for Chris Johnson. Rolls out of the pocket. Stack sends the spy. Romo forced to throw. Can't find anybody, but doesn't at least take the sack.
And that's a good move there by Havok. Just chuck it away, lid the fight another day on 4th down. He's been going to the corner strike play quite a bit. We'll see what he goes to 4th down. Havok's been able to convert when it matters most in this game, so we can kind of anticipate he's got to play for this situation. So we'll see what Havok can checks down to here.
Chat very surprised Tony Romo has not fumbled yet. We'll see if that could play a factor here on 4th and 6. This almost for the game at this point. Stack in zone coverage, mixing up his zones. What does he do here? Tony Romo scanning the field, looking across. Stack user in 2 routes, checks underneath, and Chris Johnson picks it up by a hair.
Beautiful route combinations on that left side of the field. He gave himself a check down in the flat. I don't know if you guys saw that there, but MStach actually had 2 flats on the left side of the field. I think that was an error. He might have meant to have a hook and a flat, but he had 2 flats on the left side of the field. That could have been the problem on that play.
All right, the route comes across the middle. Spy not sent. Downfield double coverage and an interception from Antonio Cromartie, who lays down in bounce. And so with 43 seconds left, Stack will be able to basically run the ball. And 30-second play clock in Ultimate Team, he will have to punt the ball with like maybe 5 seconds left in this game. If he doesn't pick up a first down, he's got Lex Hilliard. Stack goes with the contextual spin there up the middle. That play took 40 seconds. You can basically almost
game's
kneel.
over if you.
Yeah, he did this yesterday against Rose. He picked up the first down. I'm not doing anything but holding basically RB the entire time I get this ball. You know it's a going to be a run commit.
Don't pass.
Let's see what he does. This is the exact run he got the first down with Rose Bowl
No,
against.
just go down. Just go down. Go down. You got to go down. You can't score.
Don't dive, though. See, you don't want to dive like that.
You just go out of bounds.
I know there has been community feedback requests to allow, because receivers and DBs can just lay down. Maybe instead of the dive right there, you could get the lay down. You actually could go out of bounds in that situation and then kneel 3 times because you would have then reset it. So,
well, that was a great game. I'm really impressed by Havok's ability to hang in the game after a lot of those big-time plays. Like, he kept fighting back. And that's tough to see because that game could have gotten away from him down 14. But he just kept fighting, clawing, fighting. He didn't get that one-on-one matchup he had. It looked like he kind of lost composure on that last interception. He threw into double coverage.
Yeah, he was so patient on that final drive, and he started 94 yards away from the end zone. He started with almost 3.5 minutes left.
That was a great game.
I don't know if he got nervous or.
It seemed like he finally felt like he had to push.
Yeah, finally felt like I'm out of short routes here. I got to start to take a chance deep.
And it seemed like it was a little bit of a throw power concern again. He threw a vertical downfield. That's never a good thing in Madden 16 when you throw downfield, but then your receiver has to come back to the ball. It's like you're outmatched at that point, and the defense seems to always win those battles.
Yeah, and it was pretty close as far as passing yards. Havok had the advantage in rushing yards, but Stack had some big passes, and then the 2 takeaways were huge. The final pick put the nail in the coffin, and then there was the pick 6 for a touchdown. It's not often you're able to get 7 points on the defensive side of the ball where you don't hang in that game.
Absolute barn burner. Right now, absolute barn burner. Right now, MStach is making a bid for Burbank, California.
He's making a run. These guys play a lot of Ultimate Team. Everyone puts in a lot of time with the game, and to see yourself have the opportunity to get put on a stage and compete against all the other players is great. And that's what the Madden Challenge is about. Let's see if we have any tweets. We'll check in.